welcome to Super States. I am excited to be here by myself today, and I'm going to try something a little different than what I've been doing. I've got an idea of putting out, I'm calling it in my mind on the eights. I like the number eight, so on the eighth episode, every eight, so this is number 18. So on the eights, I'm going to put out a solo episode that will have some different techniques and processes that you can use to start to create your own transformation. And today I want to talk about future pacing your day. Now, I'm always looking at new ways to be more effective in my life. That includes like morning routines, exercising, eating right, meditating. And I use this idea of the future self a lot. The future self is the you who is, beyond the problem that you currently have or in a different type of situation than you currently are. And what I've found over time is the subconscious mind is very good at giving you what it thinks that you want. The problem is it thinks that you want what you've already have. So what you've always got is just keeps giving you more and more of the same. It's like a cycle. And one of the ideas of future pacing is that I use with clients nearly every single time I do a session is to future pace himself a year from now, having moved beyond the problem in a whole different situation. Now, a year is great, but I started to think about this idea of empowering your day, transforming a day. So what about that daily struggle, and how could I incorporate this idea of the future self into my daily life? Now, I thought I was going to have to do a long hypnosis session, take myself into a deep state of consciousness. So I tried that. I used this process to make some changes, but I made it more difficult in lots of other ways. Like even before I started thinking about this idea, a lot of things that I used to do, I would actually future pace my day without realizing I was doing it. And that would be by thinking about the things that would happen that I don't want to have happen. I used to journal about the problems in my life. And then I'd take that idea where that long hypnosis session, taking myself into a deep state of consciousness, and I'd spend a bunch of time trying to see this future self. Now, here's what I learned is I used to be really confused about this idea of visualization and think I had to imagine have a clear imagining of the future self. And some people do. That's perfectly fine. But our imagination works in many, many different ways. So it's not necessarily about seeing that future you. The actual real power comes in feeling, adding in all the other kinds of elements, hearing the sounds around you in the moment, seeing what you see, like really filling in all the details, even tastes and smells. So I started playing with this process, and then I've used it with some clients too. So think of like a fear of flying. So someone that has a fear of flying, a lot of times what is happening is they are spending a lot of time imagining what's going to happen. They anticipate the future being really negative. And I worked with a client who had a fear of flying, and that's exactly what he did. He would imagine things going exactly the way he didn't want them to. He started using this process, both future pacing the year out, but also future pacing these individual days, like the day that you're going to the airport, imagining things working out exactly the way you want it to, feeling the way you want to feel. thinking the way you want to think, and then doing the things that you want to do the way you want to do it. It worked so well for him that even when he had his flight, pre, up to the flight, his anxiety was much less. Still had a little bit, and he was really nervous getting on the plane because he was pretty sure that he was going to have a challenge, but none of it was there. None of the anxiety was there. So this can work really well. Another way this can work is in speaking in public. Another place where we anticipate the thing happening that we don't want. And another way that I work with a lot of people is showing up the way you want to show up, like in a relationship. That could be a work relationship, a family, a friendship, a romantic relationship. Again, we imagine ourselves falling apart, breaking down the way that we have in the past. Using this technique, you start to build up this process of deciding who you want to be, and then again feeling it going into that moment. So this is really simple, really quick. It's going to take. I think this recording is about 10 minutes long, so less than 10 minutes a day, and it really will benefit you in 8 different ways. So the first way this is going to benefit you is by getting you ready for what's ahead, right? It's all about prep. Think of it like watching a trailer before the movie. You got to kind of get a feel for what the movie is going to be about. That's what we're aiming for here by imagining the different challenges or events in each day. It's like you've seen a glimpse of the day ahead. It's prepping your mind. It's giving you that been there, done that kind of confidence, even before you step into the moment. The second thing this does is it boosts your inner confidence, like supercharging your own self-belief. So imagine if every morning you tell yourself, I got this, and then you see yourself in your mind, or imagine however you want to imagine yourself succeeding. You're laying the foundation now for real life confidence. This is like giving yourself a pep talk every single day. Mastering the bounce back. Have you ever had a day where things don't go the way you want to? By imagining how you're tackling these unexpected challenges, this is training yourself to bounce back. Like mental gymnastics. It's practicing the flips, practicing the turns. So when game time comes, you can nail the routine. Number 4 is finding your daily groove. It's daily motivation. Imagine what it would be like if you started every day on a high note, like your favorite song, setting the mood. When you imagine a day that's filled with wins, it's like creating a playlist that you name like best day ever. And who doesn't want to listen to that? You're going to flex your brain muscles. Okay, we're halfway through the list, and we're talking about brain training here. By continuing to focus on positive outcomes, this is like a gym for your brain. Now, this taps into something that's called your reticulating activating system. Reticulating activating system. You've probably had this experience before. Say you're looking to buy a red Ford Focus. If you start looking for something, you're going to start to see it more. So you have this idea, I want this red Ford Focus. All of a sudden, you start to see red Ford Focuses everywhere. They were always there, but now your brain is starting to look for them. So when you tap into the reticulating activating system by using this process of focusing on positive outcomes, your brain starts to spot opportunities that you otherwise might have missed. Number 6, this is about your growth mindset. So growing through the puzzles that come up. Every challenge that life throws at you is an opportunity. And as you imagine moving through these, it's kind of like practicing a game level. If you play video games, practicing a game level before playing it. Or it could be like shooting baskets like in your mind before you go out and do it. So every time you move through a puzzle like this, it's like you're leveling up. You're moving through, stepping up a ladder of personal growth. Number 7, we're talking about rehearsals. Like an actor that's practicing, imagining your actions, your reactions, helping you embody the best version of yourself. So you're becoming the star of your own show. You're learning what it takes. You're practicing. So when you're in that moment, boom, you have the skills. And number 8 is about zeroing in on what matters, like laser focused. When you start with this clear vision, it's like setting a GPS for your day. You know where you're going and you have the clarity you need. It helps you avoid the little detours that show up so you can stay focused on what you want. So with all of these powerful benefits, what have you got to lose? Here we go. Dreaming forward, your daily hypnotic blueprint. Find yourself a comfortable position to sit or lie in. And once you've found that position, begin to release, move around, let yourself get into a more relaxed state. Soften the muscles and take a deep breath in. Close your eyes as you exhale. Take a few moments to just focus on your breath. Breathing in cool air. Breathing out warm air. Feel your lungs filling and emptying. Your chest rising and falling. Become aware of the surface below you. Notice the sensation of your hands resting wherever they're resting, your feet resting where they're resting, your body sinking down on the surface you're on. Start to get present. Present to this now moment. Hear the sounds you hear, my voice, any other sounds in the room that you're in or the building that you're in. Notice the thoughts or the images that float through your mind. With your eyes closed, you can just begin that process of letting go. Beginning to drift down now. Let's drift down to this place of peaceful inner awareness where you're just breathing in and you're breathing out. That's right. And now imagine the day ahead. You've planned your day. There are some tasks that you have to complete. And imagine yourself beginning that first task of the day. There you are. In the past, you might have been challenged. You might have procrastinated even, but this time you're focused. You're moving forward. You're motivated. You're doing exactly what you want to do. Put yourself into this moment. Fill all the details in for yourself. So feel what you feel. Hear what you hear. See what you see. Let all those details just flow through your mind, getting bright and vivid in the way that's right for you. That's right. Now imagine moving forward. The next most important task of the day or moment of the day. Again, this might have been a moment that was challenging, that might have been distracting, Maybe there are some distractions that come up, but in this moment you're focused. You've got your plan and you're moving forward. You're doing exactly what you want to do, the way you want to do it. You're feeling the way you want to feel. You're thinking the thoughts that support you. Fill all these details in for yourself. Feel what you feel, hear what you hear, see what you see. And let all those details get clear in your mind, filling them in, vivid, colorful. And once you've done that completely, move forward to the next most important time of the day, that next most important task or distraction, where in the past you would have been challenged, but now you've got the focus, you've got the motivation, and you move forward. You're doing what you want to do, again, just the way you want to do it. Let all these details get clear in your mind. Make them bright and loud in the way that's right for you. Notice the thoughts you have. Notice the sensations in your body. Become aware of the different perspective as you go through this situation. And let all these details flow into your mind. That's right. And now imagine the you from the end of the day. The you who's wrapped up the day, who's had a successful day. Maybe they're journaling and writing down what is going to happen tomorrow, and they're looking back at the day. Maybe you're sharing with someone important the successes of your day, maybe even the challenges of your day. But there you are, having gone through the day just the way you wanted to. Notice the look on their face and how you can tell they feel good about the day. Notice the way they're breathing. Even their posture. Are their shoulders back? Do they look confident or relaxed? Now float in to that you and try them on. Feel what they feel, having gone through that day successfully. Hear their thoughts. You did it. You got this. Let's do it again tomorrow. Nicely done. Become aware of how they look at themselves, having gone through that day in that powerful way. And just take a moment now to take in the learnings and the lessons from the day, allowing this future you to guide you. This future you allows your unconscious mind to guide you, to gather up the resources that will most benefit you and placing them in all the areas of your life where they're most needed. You've got all the resources you need. You have everything you need. And now you move forward with more and more ease, identifying how you want to be and then creating that version of you. And allow your unconscious mind to continue processing this now moment on all these learnings, these lessons, and these resources as you coast back down now into your body, beginning to feel what you feel, hear what you hear, coming back to this now, hearing the sounds around you, feeling the surface that you're on, smelling the smells. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. When I get to 5, your eyes will open. You'll be awake, alert, aware, and feeling great, ready to start your day. 1, take a deep breath in and feel yourself in your body. 2, feel energy moving from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. 3, feel relaxed, focused, present, confident. 4, your eyes fresh and clear as if washed with fresh spring water. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Welcome to the start of your day. I hope you enjoyed this solo episode of Super States. If you did, I would appreciate a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That is the best way for this podcast to continue to grow its listening-ship or viewership. You can connect with me on all the different podcast platforms. You can connect with me on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. Leave me a message. Let me know what type of guests you'd like me to interview more. Let me know what kind of processes or techniques you'd like to learn more about. You can just comment right in those platforms. You can also find me on all the social media platforms out there. I am at Joshua Ray Peters. I appreciate every single one of you. And remember, you carry the seeds of transformation within. So stay curious, keep growing, and embrace your transformation.